Hello everyone, welcome to today's mystery story. This janitor solved a decade-old case over just a cup of afternoon tea. 10 years ago, a big family's son-in-law accidentally keeled over during an argument, seen as just drunkenness. But the autopsy showed the cause was heart disease. Ella decided to reorganize the clues. She quickly deduced that the crime scene was the upstairs bathroom. Dak raised his hand, questioning how did the killer swim this hefty body from the bathroom to the bickering. Ella wasted no time and kicked off a comedy skit on site. That night, the killer walked by the bathroom and surprisingly caught victim Barry in the but the killer overlooked a dangerous fact: hairdryers might cause a fire. Despite extinguishing it in time, the wall still had a singe mark. Look at that, the outlet matched the wallpaper style perfectly. The killer had to swap it out for a white socket next door, unaware that the US made a new rule back in 1990. But how could Ella not have thought of this? The crime scene hairdryer was from the 80s. Antique lacked safety features. Moving the body was simple through the washing machine drain, as wide as a giant pizza slice. Since it was Ferdinand first, he was definitely having a topsy-turvy journey, with other family members' clothes stuffed in the washer too. The bloodstains covered the clothes, raising the difficulty level for the police, as they were all intimate apparel belonging to the deceased. This killer is quite a handful. He anchored the victim right into the sauna like he was throwing a too-hot-to-handle party. He generously placed the empty wine bottle beside him, resulting in a perfectly cheers scene. The plot just couldn't be better. But the colleagues at the precinct were just regular folks. They couldn't digest it all at once, especially since a few days prior, the victim's father-in-law loudly confessed. The case should have wrapped up nicely, but Ella didn't want to wrong any innocent good guy. The father-in-law had spinal surgery, so there's no way he could have dragged the body. The family's reputation took a nosedive due to this murder fiasco. To shield the family from further humiliation, he opted to take the fall before his imminent end. Although cradling a dummy was a bit bizarre, luckily the family members were caught up dealing with the sauna drama. Only a cleaning lady was left around. The scene matched Ella's theory perfectly, as the white outlet in the bathroom did have burn marks, so they headed next door. They pried off the heavy mattress and found the swapped-out outlet cover. Lo and behold, it was a powerful RF remote. The rich sure have their fun. Next in line was the dummy, and everything went just as Ella mimicked. The victim was pushed down the stairs, breaking his neck. Thanks to the change in time of death, everyone in the family lost their alibi, turning them all into suspects. It's the victim's wife on the left, the victim's son in the middle, the mother-in-law on the right, and the two in the back row are the little and big brother. As Ella began her questioning, the family reminisced about that fun-filled night of murder a decade ago. That night, they had just enjoyed Thanksgiving and were supposed to toast together, but Barry had to step in to kill the vibe, getting into a tiff with the two brothers-in-law. Grandpa tried to play the peacemaker but got mercilessly attacked instead. Luckily, wife Misha swooped in with drinks to save the day. Just when everyone was putting out fires, they noticed Miss has scars. It was clear Barry had a knack for domestic domination. Misha didn't bat an eye, she rolled her eyes and stormed upstairs. After the delightful dinner, everyone unanimously decided to sleep separately. The eldest son planned to help with the cleanup, but nearly got squashed by Barry. But still, the mother-in-law refused to give up family game night. This was grandson Cora's favorite activity, and they could still hear Barry flipping through channels upstairs. To keep the vibes rolling, the big brother-in-law tried to talk Barry into being quiet, but after knocking, there was no response at all. Game went on into the wee hours, and when everyone retired, the mother-in-law was enjoying herself cleaning up downstairs. She saw Barry in a bathrobe heading to the sauna. Everyone had a chance to be alone with the victim. Whether it was domestic drama or business squabbles, they all had a motive. Seeing the case drag on, the old sheriff couldn't bear the pressure any longer. He knocked on doors attempting to bring the case to an early conclusion, but alas, despite his earnest efforts, Ella was merely a consultant, not an actual policeman. Existing evidence couldn't help him find the real killer. Another 10 years delay would destroy the family's reputation. Just in time, Ella accidentally spotted the remote on the counter. As the clues pieced together, he finally uncovered the real killer. But when he shared this, nobody wanted to believe him, especially since Cody was only 15 at the time of the incident. How could such a little kid devise such a coolly calculated murder scheme? Ella replied that Cody was no ordinary child. He got accepted into MIT at age 15, proving his genius. And don't underestimate the kid's resolve to protect their mom. The whole case hinged on that RF remote, which was like the detective's secret weapon. To put it simply, he could control the household resources. While gaming, Cody could change channels and adjust volume, making everyone think Barry was still alive. But in reality, he had already snuck into Barry's room before heading downstairs. He originally just wanted to prank Dad and vent for Mom, but upon spotting the hairdryer, came up with a foolproof plan. Being a genius kid, he obviously knew that electrocution could be mistaken for heart disease. Although there were a few little accidents along the way, he remained calm and concocted an alternative plan. He ended up sending Barry to the sauna for a good steam, making it a fiery party. After placing Barry in the washer, he swiftly swapped out the outlet, fully erasing any trace of fire, smooth sailing all the way. Once the party ended, he donned Dad's bathrobe and slinked past Grandma, fitting Barry perfectly. All he did was bring Barry to the sauna, hang the robe, set empty bottle to max, and boil currents to sign a perfect accident. But this being his first murder, some details weren't exactly perfectly executed, leading to tiny flaws in